Okay, let's look at this question on supposition. So a science quiz had 20 problems, 5 marks were awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks were deducted for each wrong answer. Sandy scored 51 marks after answering all the questions. How many correct answers did she get? Now this is a supposition. Remember, when we do supposition, most of the time we are going to have two scenarios. Okay, for one of the questions that we have done before, there are 3 scenarios. So when there are 3 scenarios, you need to take away one of the scenarios away, so that you are only left with 2 scenarios for you to do a supposition. Okay, so these 2 scenarios, one is actually a correct answer, the other one is a wrong answer. Okay, so 5 marks were awarded. So when you award, means you add 5 every time, right? Now just take note of this. The second scenario is 2 marks were actually deducted, means it was taken away instead. Okay, and we talked about this before. Most of the time when you have assessment, you have quiz, you have exam, you don't actually have marks deducted. Rather, you're just going to be awarded 0. Okay, so this is not the common questions or test in which a 0 mark is actually given instead. So what happened is that Sandy scored 51 marks. Now for this scenario, we don't start with the one which is deducted. We think about awarding marks. So in this scenario, the one that is awarded is when correct answer is actually given, right? Okay, so how many questions are there? There are 20 problems, 20 questions. So what we should start with is a suppose statement. So suppose all 20, because there are 20, right? So if you want to be a bit more specific, you can say all 20. Suppose all 20 are correct answers. Now, remember, suppose is where we are looking at a possible situation, but we will realize that the situation is not correct. So then we have to go and try to swap the correct answer to the other scenario, which is the wrong answer. Okay, so if all these are correct, so the total marks, total marks is supposed to be 5 times 20, supposed to be 100 marks, correct? Now, you notice Sandy scored 51 marks. What does it mean? It means that not all questions are correct. Some are definitely wrong, right? So now we're going to figure out what is the difference between this score and this score. So the difference in marks is actually 49. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to drop the marks from 100 to 51 marks, and there is a difference of 49 marks here. So if you recall, there's actually this box. Now this is a box where every time we put in something, okay, then we have to change it to the other scenario, right? Okay, so what happened here is, initially I have 100 marks. So now I need to change it to 49 marks, correct? Okay, so I'm going to change a correct answer. So I'm going to put a correct answer inside this box. So I'm going to return the correct answer. So when I return the correct answer, I need to take away the 5 marks. So minus 5 marks. Okay? But you cannot, you cannot just put in a wrong answer. You cannot put in just the correct answer. You need to exchange the correct answer to a wrong answer. So whenever you are going to take out a wrong answer, you notice that in this scenario, 2 marks were deducted. So I take away 2 marks. Okay. Now, in total, how many total marks deducted? So total deducted is 7. Correct? So you observe this. Every time a correct answer is placed inside and you take out a wrong answer, meaning an exchange happened, there's a total deduction of 7. Now, this is only for one question. So now I have a total of 49 deduction. 49 marks that needs to be dropped. So how many times did this happen? Okay, so you notice I used the word how many, or rather the term how many times, right? So meaning I need to divide it. So how many times this happened? 7 times. Okay, so 7 times, you put in a correct answer, you take out a wrong answer. You do this and you do this. Now, eventually what happened is the 100 marks would drop to 51 marks. So what does that mean? It means that there are 7 wrong answers. Okay, because I exchanged 7 correct ones to 7 wrong ones. So how many correct answers are there? So there are 20 questions and I have 7 wrong answers. So 20 minus 7, there are 13 correct answers. Okay. I hope this is clear. So I want you to look at all the other questions we have done and try to recall the steps again.